Hello po at magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ngayon po ay December 7, 2022, Wednesday. 18 days na lang Pasko na. Mabuhay po kayo at welcome po sa The Stock Market Today. Ang ating balita ay tungkol sa Meralco. Pero bago ang lahat, ako po si Benji Chodoro, isang retired bank officer na nag-start mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007. Araw-araw ko pong binabalita ang pinaka-latest news tungkol sa inyong paborito at pinaka-aktibong stocks sa Philippine market. At kung gusto niyo po ng content, niimbitahan ko po kayo mag-subscribe sa aking channel. Kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at aking ipa-prioritize. Hindi po ako financial advisor. Mga sinasabi ko po dito ay hindi po financial advice. Get well soon to my cousin Mari. We're praying for your recovery. Huwag kayong alis. Ibabahagi ko sa inyo ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, December 7, 2022, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, tignan po natin ang ating financial headlines. Galing po ito ng BDO Securities. Inflation rises to 14-year high of 8% in November. And then World Bank adjusts 2022-2023 Philippine GDP outlook to 7.2 and 5.4%. So mas mababa po sa 2023, no? 5.4 na lang against 7.2 this year. JFC in talks to sell minority stake in Highlands Coffee. SMC terminates power supply contract with MER. Ito po yung ating main news. And DMCI Power invest 745 million to boost Masbate supply. And SEB allots 2 billion to fleet expansion. Okay, so tingnan po natin. SMC terminates power supply contract with MER. So, pero dito po yan sa business world. But before we get to that, ay meron po kong ibabahagi sa inyo. Ito po, no? Recession fears weigh on stocks as US oil prices hit 2022 low. So, there is a threat of recession in the US in 2023 because of the inflation, because of increase in interest rates. And if you increase interest rates too much, it will slow down the economy, resulting to recession. Okay, so let's now go to our main news. Ito po, Meralco gets CSP exemption for power supply deal. So tignan na lang po natin ito, from the summary from BDO Sec, SMC terminates power supply contract with MER. SMC Power subsidiary SMC Global Power has formally notified MER that it would terminate the 670 megawatt Iligan power supply agreement effective December 7 today. The announcement comes after the Energy Regulatory Commission rejected the joint petition of SMC and MER for relief in the form of a temporary increase in power rates. Despite ceasing its delivery of the Ihijan capacity to MER, SMC underscored there will be no impact on the current level of system supply because the company will continue to offer its available and uncontracted capacity to qualified off-takers and to the spot market. Meanwhile, MER First Vice President and Head of Regulatory Affairs, Attorney Jose Ronald V. Valles, said MER had already secured a certificate of exemption from the Department of Energy for the emergency PSAs covering 670 megawatts. Mr. Valles also indicated that they are in talks with FGen to share a fraction of its gas supply from the Malapaya to the Ihijan plant. Recall that SMC offered MER to utilize its 1,200 megawatt Ihijan plant for a capacity recovery fee of 1 peso per kilowatt hour plus a variable operation and maintenance fee of 30 pesos per kilowatt hour, but the fuel cost component will be shouldered by MER. Okay, yan po, no? And the commentary of BTOSEC is the termination of the PSA should be a positive for SMC's profitability next year, as SMCGP has been a drag. So may net loss po siya, mainly due to its fuel exposure in its PSA with MER, with spot prices expected to maintain elevated or to remain elevated. We think the generation companies with excess capacity should sell to the spot market will benefit the most. Among our covered names, see upside potential for SCC with a target price of 45.50 and AP with a target price of 45 pesos, as 68% and 16% of the 9-month 2022 volume respectively was sold to the spot market. Okay, so yan po ating main news. Okay, so let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange and the Philippine Stock Exchange Index on how it performed today. All right. So, ang ating index ay bumaba ulit. But before we go to the index, may I share with you this, yung recession, Kasi may news po tayo on recession, that there are fears of recession in the US this coming 2023. So ano nga bang recession? Recession, according to Investopedia, is a significant, widespread, and prolonged downturn in economic activity. Common rule of thumb is that 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth mean recession, although more complex formulas are used. So in a nutshell, recession is 2 consecutive quarters or 6 months na continuous na negative yung GDP. Okay, so let's now go to the PSE index. Naku, bumagsak siya. So from a bounce yesterday, it had a downturn today, 149.22 points, nasa 6525.16, 2.24%. Pero yesterday, it was 3.61% up. And the other day, it was 0.73% down and 3.64% down, So mukhang nagmo-move ito ng sideways, but it is very volatile. Our market is very volatile, but since our indicators are still under the candlestick, ito po ay masasabi pa nating bullish, as our RSI is above the midpoint, it's 53.94. On the market activity naman, 104 companies ang bumaba, 68 ang umabante, 47 ang hindi nagbago. Ang all-share index ay bumaba ng 1.49%. Lahat po ng sectoral indices except mining and services are down. Ang mining ay umakyat ng 0.84%, samantalang ang services ay 0.61%. Ang pagbaba ay pinangunahan po ng ng properties at 3.33%, followed by the holding companies at 2.60%. Sa ating most active stocks, we have ICT, URC, and BDO as the top active stocks, and followed by TEL, Ali, and Glow. Pero let's review siguro yung nag-figure out sa news kanina, So tignan po natin si JFC, DMCI, at SEB. And then tignan din natin si TEL, what's happening in TEL, followed by ICT, URC. Okay, so let's now start with JFC. Si JFC ay Naku, red engulfing candlestick po, although wala namang volume, ano? So it's generally moving sideways itong si JFC, and the long-term indicator is still under the candlestick, so masasabi nating bullish siya in the long term, although the RSI is below the midpoint level, nasa 45. So support is here at 225, while resistance is here at 249 to 250. Tingnan naman din natin si DMC. DMC is also moving sideways. So piercing through lang po, although under the candlesticks pa po yung mga indicators natin, it appears to be consolidating at this area, no? So after ito po nagko-consolidation po siya dyan. So it's generally moving sideways at though it gained 6 centavos today, generally sideways po ang kanyang movement. Yung ating support ay nasa MA100, nasa 9.68, while resistance is here, nasa 10.60. And then, tingnan natin si SEB. Matagal din natin hindi nare-review si SEB, just moving sideways also. Although nagkaroon po siya ng breakout po dito and 2 successive candlesticks with volume, but the breakout occurred on November 22. So now it appears just to be moving sideways. Ito po, yung consolidation pattern po niya. So resistance nandito po sa area to, nasa 38.55. And then let's take a look at after SEB, what's going on with TEL. Naku, may recovery po si TEL after a red engulfing here, which appears hindi naman po to breakdown. It appears to be consolidating at this point, ano? So there's a red engulfing here, but here there's a weak red candlestick which had a recovery the following day, gaining 4.18%. But now there is a continuation at 1.86. In general, it's just moving sideways. Support is here at 1,631, while the resistance, I see it here, 1,734. Tapos naman, yung top stock or top active stock today is ICT, nasa 190, gaining 1 peso 60 centavos, although the moving averages are under the candlestick, indicating a bullish trend. Okay, support is here, nasa 190, and the resistance here at 200 to 204. Ngayon, fundamentally, ICT ay meron pong buy rating kay BDO Securities, no? Ang kanyang target price is 279 or a 48% upside. Then finally, we have URC. Si URC ay okay, bullish po si URC, although red candlestick po ito, ay mukhang meron po siyang continuation, but this appears to be a red candlestick with volume, ano? So ingat lang po tayo dito, but I think this is still a bullish stock, no? Sa paakyat po, kung makikita niyo po yung orange short line o yung short term indicator natin, yan po ang pinaka-support po ng URC, nasa 130.51 pinaka-support po niya, and it's at 134 right now, no? So pinaka-resistance niya siguro parallel channel para makita po natin, 140 po ang pinaka-resistance ni URC. It is bullish. Okay, so yan po ang ating report sa stock market. Ika-7 ng Disyembre. Ako si Benji Chidoro, nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Sana po hindi po masyado maingay Maraming po salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Hanggang sa muli, stay safe, God bless, and bye for now.